Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of On That Note podcast. I'm Brandon.
And I'm Calvin. Welcome back to the show, everybody.
Man, how you doing this week?
Doing good. Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm glad to be somewhat. Pardon me. Who's starting to sound like I don't know, Dorothy, Golden Girl.
Yes.
I feel good now. I just got back off my world tour.
Yeah.
It was domestic, the North American leg.
Okay. Yes.
But I've been to Chicago, Portland, and Philly over the last 2 weeks. So after this trip to Orlando this weekend, I'm sitting still for a little bit.
Yeah.
I know you've been traveling a bit too.
Just a little bit, not too much.
Not too much. Not too much. I ain't mad at it. But we can go ahead and jump into our While You Were Sleeping.
Yeah.
So we actually got a really good question from one of our listeners, Adrian. Shout out to Adrian.
What's up?
And she asked about us, playing lesser known, like clips of music or samples of music from lesser known or newer artists.
Yeah.
And so we figured like that's a dope idea. And we're gonna work that into the While You Were Sleeping segment.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah. So this week, did you want to do yours first?
You can go ahead.
Okay. So this week I'm gonna kick us off with a selection from Teacher Moses. Are you familiar with Teacher Moses?
I'm not.
Okay, so Teacher Moses like neo soul kind of definitely R&B, but kind of like elements of that neo soul movement.
Okay.
In the early 2000s, she kind of came on the scene. She had a song, like her popular song was "Wish I Was Your Girl" or something like that. I
couldn't. I'm sorry. You said Tidra Moses.
Who you thought I said?
I don't even know. So first of all, I saw the word differently because I heard it and I wasn't thinking. Yeah, I know who that is.
Okay,
I love that because did you say so? The K Tronada. Have you heard the K Tronada remix to that song?
Yes, that's a mother.
Yeah.
Bop. You heard me?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That's like my cleanup music. If I'm like cleaning up my room, I'm like, I'll listen to that song. Yeah.
I get it.
No, yeah.
But so Love Her Down.
Yes.
I've been listening to her for some time now. And little known fact, do you know what song she wrote? That was kind of like a hit, like back in the day. Like I'm using hit a little bit loose. You don't know this?
I don't think so.
Okay, pop quiz over. Dip It Low by Christina Milian.
About.
Okay. Says he wants you. Says he needs you.
Shout out to T.
Okay. Unsung, season 35.
Right.
Teacher Moses, I better see it. But at any rate, back in 2011, now I wonder if you knew this. She was signed to the Maybach Music Group.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And that's when I liked Maybach. In 2011, that's like prime Maybach music.
Okay, that was the Maybach era. Like you had Ross, you had Wale with Ambition. Motherfucking project.
Yes.
But before Ambition came out that fall, we had gotten a really, really dope mixtape from Teacher Moses called Luxurious Underground. Okay. And like it was just sleek, sexy, just how I often talk about like songs sounding like movies and things like that. Like from the start of the project, it has a vibe and you just hear the story throughout. So all that to say, Luxurious Underground, Teacher Moses mixtape, is back on Tidal for those of you who subscribe. Yeah. I just had a moment when I found it out. So I'm gonna go ahead and play a little clip from one of my favorite songs on the project. It's called "Falling for You."
Okay.
You hear that? So gonna let y'all get just a little snippet more, and then I'm gonna cut it off so you can go listen to it. Okay, that's all you get. So y'all didn't even get to the chorus yet, and I did that intentionally. Go listen to it. And check out the whole mixtape, Luxurious Underground, TJ Moses.
She has such a beautiful voice. Like, she has a really strong tone to her voice. Like, it's very clear.
Right. But it's not overpowering.
No, exactly, because she has kind of like that mezzo soprano type of voice.
Come on, music.
Where it doesn't, where it just, it's she can have a really good tone and it not sound like she's like yelling at you.
Okay, hello, Jennifer Hudson. We left you down too, sister.
So yeah, okay, so Teacher Moses and that project. What's the name of the project one more time?
Luxurious Undergrind.
Luxurious Undergrind. Okay.
Yes. All right. So undergrind, not underground.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Who you so with this week?
While you were sleeping, I just found out about a couple weeks ago, but it blew my mind because this dude is so dope. And he's like a more recent up and coming artist. So have you heard of Tone Stiff?
Tone Stiff?
Yeah. So the spelling is either stiff or stith. So it's tone, like a musical tone. And then it's Stith.
No.
So Tone Stiff, I'm gonna just call you Tone because I don't know how to pronounce your last name. He is about 23, a young singer. I just found out today he dances, and has kind of had the same kind of track as like the YouTube people were talking about. Like he was doing covers on SoundCloud and YouTube and all that stuff. Actually, the song I'm gonna play is a cover, but he just released an album maybe last year called "Can We Talk." You know, no Tevin Campbell.
Okay, pay homage.
But it's really dope, and I think about basically the way that he sounds is. I've like created this alternate universe for myself wherein like R&B was just allowed to be what it was, like from maybe the early 2000s, late 90s till now, and like that's what he sounds like to me. Like not so much as the trap or like not as heavily influenced by like other things. It just feels very much like R&B. And I mean, of course, it's 2018, so it's gonna be different than like what you had heard before. But like he has a great voice. Like I said, I just found out today he like dances also, so it really surprises me that he's not as well known. I think he's touring with her right now, so hopefully that'll get him some notoriety.
She's got an eye for talent.
Yeah,
or like
exactly.
Her team does.
Right. So the album is called "Can We Talk," and that's really really good. But I'm about to play y'all a cover real quick.
Okay.
This what happened when I think about you. I get in my feelings, I start reminiscing, Next time around, though, I want it to be different, Waited on a sign, guess it's time for another prayer. Lord, please save it for me. Do me this one favor for me. I had to change my play of ways, no way too complicated for me. I hope she's waiting for me, 'cause everywhere she goes, playing my song. That's why I say the things that I say that way. I know you can't ignore me, but so give me all of you in exchange for me. So give me all of you in exchange for me. So give me all of you in exchange for me.
Yeah. It gets better.
Okay.
So his album, and it's so rare, or at least for me, I think the making of a true, really good artist who starts out in the same way that like maybe a Tori Kelly or someone else did is you have great covers, but also your original content, like the songs that are your songs, are good songs too.
Because that's important.
So, exactly.
Because not everybody is able to do both.
Right. So like some people just have a good voice, and that like that's great.
Yeah.
But like that means all you can do is other people's songs, and that's not that's not always a good look. But no, his album is so dope. It's another short one, 11 tracks, maybe 40 minutes long.
Okay.
But it's so good. My God.
Okay, so Tone Stiff.
Tone Stiff, yeah, STITH.
Okay,
So yeah,
that's what's up.
y'all been sleeping. It's time to wake up.
Okay, thank you. I know I'm trying to be woke. So, and continuing along the themes of questions, we have a couple of notes from our amazing listeners this week. So again, if anybody ever wants to, send us a message or ask a question that you would like to be read out loud on the air, hit us at writeusanote@gmail.com. Again, that is write us
a note
at gmail.com. So to get into the first one from Kevin, this is kind of like a follow-up to our season 1, episode 2.
Okay.
I was say season 2. But to our episode 2 where our noteworthy artist was Sierra.
Yeah.
So Kevin writes, do you guys think that Sierra would have been as popular if Aaliyah wouldn't have passed away? And then it's another part to the question, but I'm going to start there.
Okay.
So
I laugh at this question only because people ask this question about Beyonce or assert that like Beyonce would not be as popular if Aaliyah hadn't passed
that's
away.
absolutely ludicrous.
It's nonsense. It makes 0 sense at all. It's laughable.
Like legit.
It's like
I can't even take anybody seriously at like anything.
Right. Which is why I think the Sierra, like, that's a good question.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I can work that. I can work a Sierra.
It's like,
comparison.
Okay, plausible.
Right. Yeah. Right.
I mean,
Right.
voice about the same level.
Right. Exactly. Dancing and stuff. I will say, Aaliyah was good for a 5, 6, 7 little boom boom cat, but Sierra dances.
Yeah,
like
right. I mean, Aaliyah was giving you the hottest Fatima Robinson choreography circa 99, 2000.
Right.
But Sierra just will get up there and go
And I wonder, it's just the reason why people ask questions like these is because she passed away. Not to say that she wasn't good, not to say that any of that, but it's like, and I hate to answer the question like this, but it's like, shit, I wanted to. Because it's like, I can't say that I would even care as much about Aaliyah if she hadn't passed away. And that might sound like messed up, and I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't mean to sound that way at all.
Right.
But it's just so hard to know where she was going to go, especially because so many of her contemporaries went in either direction.
Yeah, very true.
So it would honestly be hard to say.
I mean, I think that. So it's interesting because I think what one has, I think that it's easy to compare them, but I think what one is strong in, the other is weaker in. So I think Aaliyah has the better voice.
Yeah. Yes.
And I think Aaliyah could carry more types of songs than Sierra. But we don't already say it. Sierra would probably dance a circus around Aaliyah. And that's not to say, and that's actually like a high compliment because Aaliyah wasn't a bad dancer, but Aaliyah also wasn't like giving you. Again, her choreography wasn't the most complex, but I think that there would have been room for both because the other thing that people don't often take into account is that Aaliyah was actually starting to kind of go away from music a little bit,
right?
or do different types of music.
Mm-hmm.
So
she
I think
was doing her and it's so like her and Tupac were similar in that way because he had started getting into the acting and the movies.
Right. So I think that probably, I think it would kind of be how it is now. I think that Aaliyah would have opened up that lane for like a Sierra to walk in.
Yeah.
But I also don't think that they would have been competing, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't think they would have been like them putting out stuff at the same time.
You know what's so interesting though, at least the thought that I had, so like Aaliyah and her like Timbaland Missy Connection, Sierra and her like Missy Connection, like how that would have played out.
So it's interesting that you asked that.
Yeah.
Because I think that ties into the follow-up piece.
Okay.
if Aaliyah had lived, do you think that her and Sierra would have eventually bumped heads, or would they have collaborated?
See, and that, right?
Uh-huh.
That is so contingent because, and I mean, Missy is just an angel in that, like,
Yeah.
she would be the person to bring the two of them together. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Like, the fact that she is the tying, like, force between them
Yeah.
leads me to believe that it probably would have just ended up being like a thing of like both of them being able to exist and like collaborate with her and like stay in their own respective lanes.
Exactly. And then also, I think for the type of women that they are and were, you know what I mean? Like, neither
That's
one of
another
them
part of it,
carry
too.
energy like
Yeah.
that to be
Oh.
like, excuse me, bitch.
I thought you
like,
said carry energy.
I don't know her. So yeah.
So no, yeah, I'm almost sure now that she's mentioned that absolutely they would have had nothing but love for each other.
Yeah, I think it would have been real cute. I would love to. I mean, hell, everybody else like to dig up in the Leah vocal and put on the track.
Right.
So Sierra, get your duet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With Missy
That's so
on there.
true.
For real,
That's
for
so
real.
true.
Period. So thank you again, Kevin, for that question. So we have another question from Jade.
Okay.
And Jade asks or writes the following. I know some people have a very distinct way that they take in new music, and the two of us, seem to know a lot about an album after it drops. What's your process for listening to and digesting a new album? Like, for example, do you listen to an album a certain amount of times, read liner notes, etc.?
Yeah, this is an interesting question.
I like this question.
No, I like this question a lot. So the weird thing about me is, for as much as I love music, it might surprise you all to know that it takes me a while to listen to new music. If I know something is just dropped or whatever, unless I'm really anticipating it and I kind of know that it's gonna be good. I guess it's like new music and new artists. Like, if it's just completely new for me, it takes me a long time to like want to digest that. I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's like I just don't like change or like, you know. But I will say more often than not now, especially with starting this, I'm a little bit more intentional with like, oh, it's a new album out, like let me run through this and see it. But as far as the digestion of it, like, I'm a person that plays it front to back, or at least tries to, because that thing of sequencing is important. I want to know, if I'm just going for the select tracks, like, I won't know what the artist was thinking when they dropped the project. And that's you know, in a world full of singles, like, I am still very much a person that believes in a solid body of work. And so, and so I just want to know what that looked like. Yeah. You know? And then after that, if I like it, I'll give it like another listen all the way through. But I'll be able to pick out even the first time like what I like and what I don't. For sure. So unless I like the whole body of work, I will just go back and listen to the singles. Okay. So yeah. Okay. That's kind of my answer.
So okay, I rock with it, and I think a lot of what you said is like rings true for me. But I would say ultimately, it really depends on how anticipated the project is. So for like known artists, like, okay, I knew Mariah Carey new album was dropping, and I've been looking forward to that joint. Yeah. So as soon as I, was settled and stuff, like when it came out, I listened. And I listened straight through, to your point, because I really do like whole entire projects. Okay. I don't like skipping around. At least, again, not initially. Like, I like to listen through to get a vibe and a feel for what the artist was doing. Yes. And then, okay, I can cherry pick a little bit. But so I listen all the way through. I'll probably run it, depending on how long the album is, I might run it back again. And the thing that started working for me is, for a while, I was kind of like found myself traveling on Fridays. So what I would do is I would just go ahead and, while I'm traveling to wherever I'm going, put on that new album. Yeah. And then I could run it back. Because I also need to digest new music by myself.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? I need to, like, like sometimes I'll put on a new album and I might be doing something other than driving, because if you're driving,
Right.
like your attention is captive to like the art of driving, but then that's it. But if I'm like in
Yeah.
here doing stuff around the house, doing this, trying to text on my phone, like I can't really listen to new music doing stuff like that because I'm not gonna pay attention.
Right, exactly. And I was gonna say very rarely, unless it's like I'm already together with people and it's like, oh, such and such just dropped the track. Like let's listen to it. Very rarely will I listen to new music with people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I would say my only other thing is, I do read liner notes. I love reading liner notes. And I've always been that way. And that's one of the things that I miss now in the streaming era. Like, of course, I'm grateful that now I can pay like $5-10 a month and have access to as many albums as I like. But I do miss the art of going to buy a new CD, struggling to get that bitch open, then struggling to get the bitch out the damn container, because I always felt like I was gonna almost snap my CD in half trying to get it out that little center thing. But
and then scrolling through
the booklet, you know what I mean? And especially like a Mariah, because Mariah used to always have the lyrics in there. So boom, but
give you a little photo shoot.
Okay, just a taste. So I've always loved to see like lyrics. I've always loved to see who wrote the song, who produced it, and what samples, things like that. So that's still very much so a part of my routine as well. And that kind of gets me amped up about, okay, I might be on track number 2, but I see Timbaland produce track number 10, so I can't wait to get there. So thank you for that question,
Jay. Yeah, and thank you all for your questions. Keep them coming, for sure.
Again, write us a note.
Yeah.
At gmail.com.
Okay, so I'm going to get into gossip, folks.
Oh.
And we've got a lot of good music to talk about, which is good because the actual news has been kind of slow. First of all, though, I mean, we have to pay our respects. Kim Porter passed away this past week, and she was not old. No. It was all of a sudden 47 years old. That is not old at all.
That just sent chills on me.
Yeah, it's just a scary thought. I think there are people though who, like, surprisingly enough, didn't know who she was or didn't know her significance outside of maybe being Diddy's baby's mama or something like that,
And that's interesting because I can't even see fit to describe her as Diddy baby mama. Right. You know what I mean? Like, it's interesting, like, at the time of everything, because I was actually out in LA when, like, the message started going out. And it's so crazy because, like, that was the first day I was there, and like literally like an hour or two after we were like settled, and we were like at the restaurant in the hotel, and like somebody got the message, and we just all was like, what? Like, but it didn't process. I didn't process until like 2 days later. I was like, damn, like we're in LA, and like she lived out here. So like just thinking about that. But all that to say, when Diddy and Cassie recently broke up, I was like, damn, I wonder if him and Kim gonna get back together, because those were two people that, like, I mean, a lot of people described them as this, but like soulmates it almost seemed, because it just seemed like no matter who was dated in the interim, him and Kim always ended up back together. So yeah, it's interesting.
Right.
And
but I mean, she also, beyond her attachment to Diddy, though, I mean, like, in her own right, just being someone that heavily influenced the music industry.
Absolutely.
Influenced songwriting,
Yes, okay, like, to think that she was the muse for Forever My Lady.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Right.
And I mean, her offspring have given us great art so far as well. I mean, you got Quincy on Star. Yeah. Like, you got King Kong. Yeah, because Christian, yes. King Combs out here, he doing his thing.
Right.
And I think too, Kim Porter is like one of those, because unfortunately, like, colorism is a thing, and especially as it applies to like black women. And so Kim Porter is like, a brown skinned sister that everybody's just like, wow, like she's a beautiful brown woman, or just a beautiful woman, period.
Right.
But then I was thinking about brown because I know she had her brown girls.
Yeah.
I forget. It was
I think
like
that's
another word.
Or wait,
oh
sorry.
no, not her twins, but she had like a business or like something with some other sisters, I think. And so just like kind of what they were doing, I think, in terms of like being influencers, like before people were using the term influencer.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah. Rest in peace.
Yes, for sure. Other things, I mean, not really big. I mean, Snoop.
I was about to say
no. So Snoop Dogg got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. I think that's cool. Yes, long overdue. Especially him being from Cali. Like right down the street. Like, and just it's just I also just love the way that Black music is now and has always influenced the mainstream, and like when we get that recognition in the mainstream. Cause like there's a clip of him and he's like sea walking on the like Hollywood Walk of Fame, and I'm like, yeah, do that. That's Black as fuck.
Ain't nobody gonna stop you. Ain't nobody gonna stop you.
Yeah. And then this is the last thing. Okay. My God. So Tyra Banks, Tyra Banks. Oh my God. So if for y'all that don't know or were too young or too old, she was in a movie with Lindsay Lohan, and I want to say the late 90s, early 2000s, called Life Size, where she's like a doll that comes to life. She teaches the girl how to love herself, essentially.
But she clearly ain't doing a good job because Lindsay Lohan's fucking mess.
Shut up. So apparently they're making another one, and first of all, Lindsay Lohan is not involved.
Whoa.
And don't do that.
So we do that.
No, don't.
Lindsay Lohan is not safe to put on anything that kids gonna be watching.
There's a special place in my heart for Lindsay Lohan. I think it's because of that. I used to watch Parent Trap front to back to front to back. But no,
Lindsay Lohan was out here going up for Donald Trump.
What?
Yeah. So go ahead and erase her off your list. You're welcome. Yes, friend.
I didn't know.
You did? It's okay. We'll go over the tweets later.
So back to Tyra Banks. Fuck her too, because she had a song in the first movie called "Be a Star," and it was a cute little teeny bopper song.
Gosh.
So first of all, I think the sequel is going to be released on Freeform.
Okay, that sounds about right.
Yeah, one of the girls, the brown girl from Grown-ish, I think is like the girl that she's supposed to be helping.
You talking about Zoe's roommate?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Yes.
Wait, she getting help? She a little old?
Yeah.
I mean, shit. They can't. Who do Dora voice? I mean,
no, Dora been on for a long time too. She might be 30 years old. But so Tyra Banks for this Freeform movie did like a remake of the song that she did in the first one.
Oh God.
But I guess because it's 2018, she had to be Tyra B. Because she
would never be Tyra B. I'm still in love with you, Tyra B, for the 804.
No.
Fuck her.
Talking about like Cardi B, Tyra B. Because she's rapping, like it's a trap, like she's rapping, but she's a doll, and I'm just like, girl,
Tyra Banks. You know what? We always jump on what's his face, Tyler Perry, by having a lot of money and using it to fund his foolishness. But we don't get on Tyra Banks enough. Because I'm going to tell you, we let her ass through back in 03 when she thought she had next.
Right.
After Beyonce, when she got on Top Model with that damn Rodney Jerkins track. It was supposed to shake your body, move your body. I ain't gonna lie, I did download it because it was giving me a little something. But I'm tired of Tyra Banks being able to get out here and fund these projects. Girl.
No. It's
She
not.
over
It's
here
not.
trap rapping.
Right. I thought she was about to say Stacey Dash because she's like optionally black. So
We can get into that too because Tyra love to act like she's down for the people. But it's like, sis, we ain't forgot when you tried to shame
you don't know where the hell I come from. You don't know what I've been through. But I grew up from it and I learned from this.
Tyra, didn't you go to like private school? Like, you've been modeling since like you was old enough to brush your own teeth. Like, you've been making no coin. Girl, shut up. It's funny because Tyra Banks is one of those celebrities that I have a love-hate relationship with. Like, she can be so effing annoying, but then it's like she give you life a little bit with some stuff. Like when she had a TV show,
yes,
and everything, every life experience Tyra had been through as well. I was sick of her bullshit, but then I couldn't stop.
Right?
You know,
no, let's not pretend that we aren't watching America's Next Top Model every week,
baby,
because that's just not true.
Because I just need to know what the challenge was going to be, and I need to hear the critique, and I need to see who's going to get to it.
So invested.
Listen,
so invested.
The golden era of reality.
Yeah.
Man. Well, you played the video for me, trash.
Yes.
You played the song which was in the video, and so go ahead, Tyra, do your thing, mama. We're gonna love you anyway. We're gonna love you through it.
We can get to some real music.
Yes,
now,
that part. So, a good like transition from kind of like talking about the stories of the week into like the music of the week. Mariah Carey, is on her press run for the new album Caution, and she stopped by Watch What Happens Live to chop it up with our favorite messy late night host, Andy Cohen.
Who's favorite?
Not ours. Because listen, after I watched that Kathy Griffin interview with the Breakfast Club, I was just like, "Ooh, no, girl, I don't really see it for Andy Cohen."
I never did.
Yeah, he's
one of those white gays that. He's one of those white gay men that's convinced he's a black woman on the inside. Oh. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's one of those.
Well, that was a read. It's like, I think you're on the wrong podcast. No, shout out to Kid Fury and Crystal. But, so anyway, Mariah's on Watch What Happens Live.
Yes.
Audience member writes in a question.
Okay.
Asks her if she would do a collaboration with Cardi B. So Mariah gives me life, and she's like,
"Yeah." Keep going.
Says, "I would love to do a track with Cardi." Said, "I actually would love to get her, myself, and Lil' Kim on something."
Of course.
Lamberly, Beehive original. And Barty Gang,
right.
Let's champion our queens to make it happen. But so and then she's just like saying how she had love for Kim. Right. She samples her new album, which we've already let the girls know that we go up for. No. But so in terms of like going into just this new album, 10 tracks. Yes. Not a single moment wasted. Yeah. The sequencing was everything. Yes. I just honestly, as a Mariah fan, I'm a go hard in the paint Mariah Carey fan. I could not be prouder of this offering. I always say she's never released a bad project, but I think that this is like a strong body of work. Yeah. One of my Facebook friends actually made a really great point when he was like, it's like she worked with the producers. She's not singing outside of her key or her register. Like, she's recorded an album that she can perform live successfully. I don't remember, and this isn't shade at all because of what I'm about to say. I don't remember a whistle tone on the album. And it's like... That's crazy. I was thinking that too. And it's just like... And you know what I'm saying? Like, she's still giving you everything, and staying in that register, and it's still a great, solid Mariah project. So I think proud is absolutely the right word because she deserves, and it's really good. It's really good, and you get a variety, because you get like the bops, like a no, you get kind of the slow down. So like
GTFO and like The Distance are like fun slow down songs, you know, still kind of like a little bit on like the hip hop a little bit.
Yeah.
But the last track.
Okay, yeah, I was about to ask you like your favorite tracks or like the track that you really enjoy.
Yeah. That should not be difficult at all. So, well, of course, no, I still love.
Yes. Life.
And then if I was to Giving Me Life,
okay,
I love that song.
Yes. That fucking like when the beat switches up at the end.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dev Hines and like Blood Orange and Slit Rick.
Yeah.
Like yeah, that was just a really great.
Yes.
Like.
So it was just, like the word you like to use, like that cinematic song, you know. It was very much that. And then the last one, Portrait.
Okay.
Yeah. Ooh. That was really good, and I just. Yeah, it was like a timely track. Yeah. I guess it was just a song that I really connected with. So
I definitely like that one. And we were chatting a bit before the show, and you were saying that Portrait kind of gives you throwback vibes to another Mimi song.
Yeah. No, so it reminds me of a mix between Fly Like a Bird and Joyride.
Oh,
you know,
amazing tracks.
Right. It kind of has like that, kind of like a take you to church moment.
Yeah. Because it's very reflective.
Yes.
You know, and
it's like the altar call song. You know, it is. And she had a couple of those at the end of Emancipation, which this honestly is reminiscent of.
We be that's why this works. Because I was like, she hasn't released a bad album, but I was like really trying to think, and I was like, yo, this is like in the lineage of it's House of Emancipation. Like that's the lineage that's there.
It definitely is.
But I think like a couple of songs that I want to mention in addition to the ones that you talked about. One More Again.
Yes.
Like that beat is like that joint is good. Stay Long Love You featuring Gunna. I thought that was like a good like contemporary track with like a newer artist.
Okay.
But it sounds like classic Mariah.
Yeah.
And I honestly, ever since Lil' Kim said in an interview that like how much she really loved Gunna, like it's like I've been noticing that like he's really starting to get on people working with him. Yeah. And then the song 8th Grade. Okay. Produced by Timbaland. Yes. Timbaland never disappoints. Because it in the chorus on like some parts of that song, it reminds me of another favorite. It's actually a deep cut from Mariah off the Rainbow album, Bliss. Okay. That song gives me that vibe, and then it also has like a beat switch up or like something at the end. Mm-hmm. So kudos, Mariah.
Yeah, and the title track is good too.
It is. Yeah. It is. Yeah. I really I'm gonna get tickets to the tour. I want to see her. See her. So did you want to talk about an album?
Yeah, I can talk about it. So we talk about Day 26, right?
Yeah.
So Day 26 dropped the EP kind of out of nowhere. It's short. It's maybe about 6 tracks. What's this joint called? A New Day. Right. Yeah, 6 tracks, 20 minutes. I like Day 26 a lot. And they've kind of been sporadically dropping singles. Yeah. They're not giving me what I need from this EP. No. Like the vocals are good, you know, from time to time. But it's the music. It's that like they're just not brave enough to like find their own sound. It's got that trappy. Like if I hear one more song with that, I can't even describe like the I was like, I need to know. Like I don't know the little you know, like they be in every single song. Like oh my god, it's just so crazy. Like it's like
how do you describe that? Hilarious.
But that's like all up and through the album, which I don't love. It's just it's a complete like diversion 180 from like the tone stiff that I was talking about earlier, where it's just like this is just good R&B for this era, and I'm like, just be brave enough to do that, you know. And so I mean, hopefully they're next. They'll this EP leads to an album that maybe is a little bit better.
I mean, but you know, they independent now, so maybe like all they can afford are the trap beats, and like they ain't even no shade. It's kind of a little shady, but it ain't no shade. But like, you know what I mean? Because that sound is
so it's like a dime a dozen. Like anybody, you can buy trap beats from anybody.
Hello,
that's true.
You know,
and the artwork kind of looks like an 8th grader did it. Like,
not to be confused with Mariah Carey's on 8th grade, which sounds better than that album cover looks. At any rate, friends and neighbors, another gem of a project dropped on Friday. Anderson .Paak's follow-up to the Malibu album, Oxnard. And I need to like look up more about like the meaning behind the title of the album. Y'all don't clown me if it's like real obvious and I just don't freaking know.
You said Oxnard?
Oxnard. Like Oxnard.
Okay.
I was like,
just hearing that, I know Oxford.
Hello.
So I don't know if it was a play on something. I don't think so.
Who knows? Anderson .Paak is like really like out there creative. But he got some joints. Another like good project, and honestly, I think if you like the type of music he makes, or I think if you really just like music in general, it's usually hard to find a bad Anderson .Paak project or a bad Anderson .Paak track. To me, and maybe I just need to go back and listen to Venice and Malibu, it seems like he's doing a lot more rapping on this project.
You know what Oxnard probably is?
What?
It's probably a place in California that I just don't know about.
I thought you were gonna give me something more than that. Like,
well, if his other tracks, or if his other albums are named Venice and Malibu, then I would think I'm just trying to infer.
The writing's on the wall.
And I could be wrong, but if I was a guessing man, that's probably what it is.
Okay, I can rock with that. I just was like, I thought you was about to come up with some shit.
No!
But
you take the N and you cross the
no. It's hidden message. No. But at any rate, just to get through this, a couple of songs that I really found dope were Mansa Musa.
Yes.
And he has Dr. Dre and, oh gosh, I wish I would have written her name down. I think her name's Chocolate Sarai or something. No, not Sarai. But because I'm gonna feel bad. Coco Sarai.
Yeah.
Female, like when I say flowed, like she stood her own on that track with Dr. Dre and Anderson .Paak.
Wow.
She did a good job. So I really like that joint. Anywhere with Snoop Dogg, The Last Awful, some other folks I think on there. That was pretty dope, and it's kind of funny because I think like he mentions like Room 112, and I was like, oh, Anderson .Paak listened to us. Trippy with J. Cole is good because J. Cole is like spin like, you know, like early career J. Cole. And then Sweet Chick, the song he has with BJ the Chicago Kid, which he just sings down whenever he opens his mouth. But that song Sweet Chick reminds me of like Girls, Girls, Girls by Jay-Z.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, so I think like, I don't know if he was like, I'm pretty sure he was intentionally going for that, but if you listen to it, I think you'll get exactly why. But it's dope.
Okay. I understand that. Really quickly, Oxnard is a city in Ventura County, California. So we love Google. Thanks, girl.
Okay. You know what? You right. All the free information waiting right here at our fingertips. It ain't no question we can answer.
Right.
The more you know, shooting stuff. I guess the last little piece of music was City Girls dropped their project, but most importantly, the song Twerk, featuring Cardi B.
Yes, sampling.
Yes.
Style.
I think my only thing about the song is I expected there to be like a bigger drop of a beat.
The thing is, I expected for the drop to be different. It's like an EDM drop, which was weird for me to hear in the City Girls song.
Yeah, I kind of wanted like some like
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point. I couldn't put my finger on it.
But yeah. So I guess that wraps up gossip, folks. So we can just move on to what we got going on this week.
The main event.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. It's a bit of a continuation of what we were doing on the previous show.
It is.
It is. And also, still, we still got this theme going. We've been hearing some interesting guesses, but nobody has quite put their finger on it yet. I know. But yeah, so moving right along, we have another Battle of the Bands, Volume 2. This time we're bringing out the ladies.
All right now, okay. So who we got
on my side of the ring? We have TLC.
Ooh.
Yeah. So that's where I'm bringing to the fight.
Well, this week I got my girls from Escape.
Okay.
Pulling Up.
All right.
Leaning Back.
We both got a little hood, so it should be a good fight.
And I think honestly, both of their albums might have come out around the same time.
Mm-hmm. Their debut album.
Yeah, okay. I think so. Or maybe TLC's album came out in 92.
It was 92.
Okay, so the Escape came out in 93.
Yeah.
So I mean, two great groups. I think great for different reasons.
Yeah.
But two great groups nonetheless.
Right.
Yeah. Like I love both of them. But,
No, that's super fair. So we had this format the last time we did this. And we're going to use a similar format. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the top 3 singles, right?
For round 1.
For round 1. Second round is our top album.
Yes.
And then third round is like 2 deep cuts.
Yes.
Okay.
So
sure.
Would you like to kick us off?
I can.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So
we'll alternate back and forth with the song selections.
Okay. So for my first single, I mean, I guess I should do the obvious one first. So No Scrubs.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's, you know, you can tell it's a real staple in the community when the white kids still go up for it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm sorry, that's not funny.
You go to look.
I hit my tooth on that book.
You go to a kickback at any top floor K Street apartment on a Saturday night in DC.
Go away from me with this.
You will hear this song. I guarantee you'll hear this song. You'll hear Ignition Remix.
Oh my freaking goodness!
As if it were 2000.
Listen, baby, look. When I say the girl said "fuck me," Kelly, when that song comes on, oh my god, like that is like literally the Ignition Remix is like. I know what type of event I'm at when I hear that.
Right. But beyond that, I mean, No Scrubs is just one of those. It's one of those female anthems, if you want to call it. You know, I remember whoever it was, some random guy group released this song. Did you hear that song? No Pigeons.
No Pigeons. Weren't they from Richmond?
Yes. That's why we know. That's why we know it. 'Cause probably don't nobody else in the world know about that song.
They used to love to hit that on the radio. Yes. I said, y'all, I knew at the tender age of like 11, 12.
What toxic masculinity was.
Yes. All of you.
But yeah, no, it's just a great song. I mean, great beat. You know, the one thing that is really, really frustrating to me, Left Eye's verse is not on the album. Like, you would have to watch the music video, I think, to listen to it.
Well, so no, Left Eye's verse is on the album. I think it's sometimes when they play it.
I haven't heard it on the album. Well, I do have in my iTunes like what plays on my iTunes library because it's synced with my, or I guess my Apple Music because it's synced with my iTunes, is like the version that I downloaded. So I don't know if maybe the Apple Music version has her verse on it, but. So
the issue with the album is that album it had some changes when it was re-released. Okay. Because, so I bought it when it first came out.
We're talking about Fan Mail, by the way. That's the album that No Scrubs was on. But.
Bought it on cassette. Wow, throwback. And I had to buy it from Walmart because my mama said
clean version.
Okay. But on that album, they also have a song called I'm Good at Being Bad.
Yes.
And
we're getting there.
Okay, so I'll
sabotage. You tried to.
I will have victory. Okay, so you know what? I can save that for this. Okay, well, you know, great choice.
Thank you.
But you couldn't get no scrubs without who? One Tamika Tiny Cottle Harris and Candy Burris Todd Tucker. But so the first song I want to put forth from Escape is I'm glad you went with the obvious, because I'm gonna go with the obvious as well. Who Can I Run To?
Yeah.
Like, that was the second single off of their second album, Off the Hook. And what I love about Who Can I Run To, and what I think you can't deny about that track, is they took a really great song and like elevated it.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Jones Girls original version of Who Can I Run To is like a beautiful song in and of itself. But it's like what Escape was able to do with their harmonies and just, I mean, you got LaTosha and Tamika, other Tamika. You got them on lead vocals, you know, and not Candy Burris for once. So it was just, you know, a match made in vocal heaven. And it's just, they just really did a beautiful job with that song. And it's definitely a staple in their discography or in their catalog.
Yeah.
So I think anytime again you're able to take a song that was, you know, known and be able to remake it and like do a really great job.
It's like what Whitney was able to do within our I Always Love You.
I mean, well, I ain't gonna get an original one too much, but
yeah, but
beautiful lyrics.
Yeah,
amazing lyrics.
Don't do Dolly like that. So although she fucking probably voted for Trump too, but my next track is kind of obvious too. So Red Light Special.
Ooh, all right now.
Red Light Special is a song that most would recognize. If you've ever engaged in an activity that requires two consenting adults, I think that you may or may not have heard it at some point in your life. If not, you were conceived to it.
Oh, that is so real.
So
that could be the case. The album 24 years old.
You're welcome. So, Red Light Special, and I think this is where the difference lies with TLC and Escape, because you weren't getting vocals from TLC.
No.
You know? You had two singers, and you had Left Eye, who was giving the rap. And the thing about TLC that was good about TLC was, like, I think they were able to brand themselves well, whereas, like people wanted to hear those voices. They didn't necessarily want to hear, like, great vocal ability, because they wouldn't have heard that, but they just wanted to, like, you know, they wanted, T-Boz had that
very distinctive voice.
Distinct, like, nasally voice. Chili, honestly, she's another person kind of like Kim Porter, like, for that time period, for everyone to be going up for a dark-skinned girl like that, like,
just gorgeous and effortlessly. The other thing that TLC had working for them is that they were effortlessly sexy.
Yes.
Like,
yes. In different ways, like,
and like,
in
not
a very
because
androgynous, confusing, how are all three of these women working for everyone? You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I mean, I think that they were just gorgeous girls, but like also not trying to be sexy. Again, effortless. Right. TLC is like, well, Rihanna is TLC personified.
Right.
Like, she gives you a bit of all of them.
Yes.
And just effortlessly sexy.
That is, wow. That's a hot take.
Didn't I do that? Woo, okay. But
yeah.
That video, you will see a young Boris Kojo.
Yes.
In it. Yeah.
Yes, you will.
Yeah.
Yes, you will.
And I think, I thought, this is something I thought you were going to say when you brought up Chili. I don't think Chili sung like lead enough, or like they didn't, their singles, because she actually sings lead pretty often if you listen to the albums, but I don't think she sung like on their singles she wasn't featured prominently enough.
I can see that. Yeah.
Okay, so alright, you got two hot ones. So my next single is, I'm gonna try to go back to the first Escape album.
Okay.
And you know, because I told you before that like my kind of approach to this is I like to try to go across their discography to pick
Right.
stuff. Um, so understanding from the first Escape album, and I think what I really like about that song is that you know one is just a very real ass song. Like
Mm-hmm.
what I need from you is understanding. How
Yeah.
can we communicate if you don't hear what I say?
Yeah. This
Okay.
very
Like, you know what I mean? Like, Escape was giving the
Yeah.
girls communication tools and tactics in
Right.
'93 when they were young girls themselves.
Yeah.
So, and what I think I really like about that song is that everybody gets to shine too. Like, you get to hear each of their distinct voices, but just the harmonies and the ad libs, and it's just beautiful from
Yes.
side to end.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Cool. So my last single, I really wish I could have done what you do and kind of go the breadth of their album, you know, and they have good tracks on their first album, you know, Baby Baby Baby, What About Your Friends, but like I put them up against this next track, and I was like, yeah, I can't do it. So Digging on You.
Oh,
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand.
Digging on You is a mood. So, like, when I listen to that song, I'm like in the 90s, it's the summer, like, I'm going to like a basement house party. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like when you're first meeting, you know, it's like it's Jeeps parked outside, like you kick it, like it's the end of the party, you like chatting up with somebody, trying to figure it out, like what's going, but like, because what it describes, it's like telling a story and basically just describing like getting approached and like having a line thrown at you and just kind of being like stuck. Yeah.
Oh my god.
And right, and so it's that part like right after that where she says, I've heard. I must admit to you, although I've heard that line it's a time or two, although for some apparent reason, corny lines are now in season or something like that.
Yes.
And it's just like, yeah, like why did that work for you? You know what I'm saying? Like,
right?
What was it in the line that made me fall for you? You know?
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You know, in this very moment is when I've learned the lyrics. Like, I've been singing that song now for years. Don't know what I've been saying. Oh my god, that makes so much sense. I think Babyface might have wrote that song.
I would not be surprised.
Like, the thing about it is, I remember that video premiering, like, and just, cause did Digging on You come out before Red Light Special? Or did Red Light Special come out?
I'm not even sure.
I can't remember well, you also.
I know. But I mean, yes.
You know, and this is where my youth is actually showing up too, because I can't remember exactly which one came first. But I just remember seeing them and being like, oh my god, TLC looks really cute. Like, really, like, sexy.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's kind of how they kicked off the second album, but that was just it was a cute little look, and just seeing them perform
and the song, like the music in the song.
Yeah.
When you say that now and I'm listening to it, I'm like, okay, that kind of sounds like Babyface.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That damn Babyface.
Yeah. Wow.
Legend. So my last single that I'm gonna do is from Escape's third and final album at that time.
Okay.
Traces of My Lipstick, but it's a little ditty called My Little Secret. Now, when they came back with that joint, I said, "Oh, okay, Escape." Oh, Escape.
Yeah.
So just very like sleek and sexy, kind of like Alana
and they weren't really given that before.
Right. I mean, like, they kind of started to try to give the girls a little, you know, something with the second album.
Right, but they started out like tomboyish.
Oh, they did. Which is kind of funny because we didn't talk about this beforehand, but both Escape and TLC kind of had a similar trajectory in that way.
Right, that's true.
You know what I mean? Starting off like teens and just really like tomboyish.
And kind of like finding their womanhood.
Yeah. It's always lovely to see that. But yeah, I really have always loved that song. I mean, it's real trifling,
Right.
but it's just absolutely the
Just
fuck
filthy.
trifling. But I love like each of their parts, and I love the bridge when Candy hits that freaking high note. Yeah, just a really great song through and through. The second, I think that was that the second single? Or was it? That might have been the first single from the third album. A really good lead off.
I was too young to be singing that song. I have no idea what I was talking about.
Listen.
And you know, and I know.
We should never let it go.
Okay.
All right, so round one is done.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who y'all think took that one. Honestly, that was yeah. That was kind of cool. Yeah, right. For different reasons.
I think about neck and neck.
Okay, all right.
Neck.
So we still at 0. It's all right. No traction has been moved in either direction. Okay, so my album.
Yes.
You can probably tell from the songs that I chose for my singles because 2 of them were on there. CrazySexyCool.
If you're gonna talk about a TLC album,
you might as well.
You got to.
You might as well. So it's funny because shout out to our shortchanged playlist.
Yes.
Because one of the interludes from CrazySexyCool is on there. Which made me go back and listen from top to bottom, and it's just so it's I imagine them like trying to come up with a name for this album. And it's like, what are we gonna call this album? You know what I'm saying? Like what what is, and it's almost a situation I wanna say they had the music first. And they were like, what is this album? You know what I'm saying? Like, how would I describe this album? What one word? And then there was like, I mean, fuck it, we're gonna use 3 words, but it's gonna be 1 word. You know? So it's like CrazySexyCool. Like,
but you know, Left Eye was like the creative genius behind all of the album titles. So
right.
It's just to think about like probably where she was in her life during the recording of that album. Yeah. Which you might get there, so I don't want to jump ahead.
No. I mean, I wasn't planning on it, so you definitely can. But just like I think that the reason why I said that is because it so much epitomizes like it's a CrazySexyCool album. Yeah, it is. You know, like most of all sexy. You know, like it's just and. I just see it's kind of like the effect that Channel Orange had, where it's like I can't remember the word for it, but it's basically a mix of sensations where you like are able to like hear a color, you know.
That's so it's just like praxis.
Right. Okay. So yeah, it's like. I think of this album, or just any track on this album, a lot of it is because of the album cover and then also the title of one of the tracks. But it's like, I just see red. Like, I listen to like, this songs on this album or this album as a whole, and I, like, it's just red. You know what I'm saying? It's weird to describe that.
But red, it can encompass all of those, like, crazy, sexy, and cool.
Yeah. So, it's just, I mean, and I guess we can just go. I won't do all the tracks, but
get into it.
Yeah, no. So,
so you know, like as you're like pulling, like going to go through like tracks and stuff. You know, one of the things that I think, or 2 of the things actually that I really think ties this album together, are one, the fact that Diddy produced all the interludes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, and those interludes, like, really tie the project together very well.
And you can hear, so, like, at the end of another great song that would have been one of my singles, so Kick Your Game. Yes. Like, at the end of that, you can, like, so, the theme of the song. You know, and then it's like at the end there's like a little interlude. Yeah. Or it's not even an interlude, it's just you can hear people talking. Like as the music fades out, it's like her, and I'm pretty sure it's Diddy. Yeah. Like talking, and like chatting it up and stuff like that, and like the whole like kicking game thing. But you're right, it's just like the way there's like a kind of a conversation throughout the album. Yeah. That fits really well with the songs on the album.
For sure.
So I think some other good ones. And it's like, so Waterfalls, obviously, another one the whites go up for. But it's a good song with a great message. Creep, obviously.
What a damn lead-off single.
Right.
Like, them horns.
Yeah.
Dallas Austin fucking snapped.
Yeah.
What?
Also, shout out to Waiting to Excel. Which was, because they also had a song on that.
They did.
On that soundtrack.
Okay.
But.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
but, so, and there are some other songs that I may mention earlier.
Yeah.
Also, If I Was Your Girlfriend, another cover.
To do that Prince cover, that's serious.
And they freaked it.
They did. I think the other thing too that works really well for this album is, I mean, they got some heavy hitters, and they have like producers and features of people that have very distinct sound and very strong artists. But TLC always remains front and center.
Yes.
Like, no matter if they're on a track with Outkast or a track with freaking oh my gosh, why am I blanking? I thought they had some more. Well, okay, not necessarily just features, but I'm thinking like Jermaine Dupri produced on it. You know, Dallas Austin.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You got these really strong Babyface. Like, you got really like strong, distinctive like musicians and
song creators.
Yeah. And it's like, wow, like they did a good job of holding their own, especially with just, a lot of the turmoil that the group was kind of going through with, like, you noticeably hear Left Out Less.
Yeah.
Because they were kind of having like some internal stuff, but then she also, you know, was trying to get herself together. So it's interesting how they still made like a super strong project. Yeah. Ooh, nice. Nice.
What you got?
So it's funny enough, y'all, I swear we don't plan this like this, but I chose Escape's second album as well, Off the Hook.
There's something about a sophomore album.
It really is. It really is.
Beat
A whole mood. Okay, y'all ain't even ready for that song yet. You can't give it to a drop like that.
Yeah!
But so I did Escape's second album, Off the Hook, released in '95. And definitely Escape returned very much so like TLC. But I think Escape had to be a lot more intentional about it. Because you can also kind of tell like they just go a little overboard. But finally strike that balance, I think, later into the album. With trying to like usher in that sexiness. Because I'd be damned if Tiny and Tamika don't look crazy dancing in that water in the Feel So Good video. But I think even the music got a little sexier, like, you know, the beats and stuff. So you think about kicking the album off with Feel So Good, Clap My Hand, like, you know what I'm saying? Very like, boom, like, it was a big Jermaine Dupri again.
Right.
Give him his 10s. But then you get into other singles like the, you know, Who Can I Run To, and Do You Want To, which is a really good song, and it primarily features Tiny on the lead. But it's real cute. She all pregnant. But is she pregnant? Was Anique in that video? Maybe not. She pregnant was Anique in the next video, which is also my joint. Can't Hang featuring MC Light. Does that song, whatever samples in it, I think it's like the same piece of a sample that's in the Boondocks opening. Okay. Like the little flute part. Yeah. Or like the little flute part in Erykah Badu's song Woo. Oh yeah. So
it sounds like it was maybe a little bit more adult.
It definitely was. Yeah. It definitely was. It was grown and sexy. But still had the right mix of kind of like, you know, playfulness, things like that I think that that people wanted to hear from Escape. Okay. Because again, it's different when you get introduced to an artist when they're still young, so it's gonna still be some of that youthful like energy, but I think they definitely grew it right on up and put out a solid project. So yeah, they got some sexy songs on that joint.
All right, so I don't know. That's another tough one. This was.
It is.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think The Boys was kind of tough too.
Yeah. But yeah, no,
but this just feels like a harder decision for me.
Yeah, because I agree. Because I feel like with The Boys, you know, there are differences, but there's also a lot of similarities.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas with Escape and TLC, like similar caliber of music,
right. But just good at their lane.
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel
exactly.
that. I feel that. Okay, so I have 2 deep cuts.
Ooh, okay. Give them to me.
I guess I'll talk about the one you ruined first. So, so
sorry.
So sorry. So, on Fan Mail, there's a song called "I'm Good at Being Bad."
Love it.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite Jersey songs.
Yes. It's so basically, I don't know. I mean, it's just a real raunchy song. Yes, yes.
But like that beat switch
yes,
up,
yes.
Like so.
Yes.
Okay, do you know the story behind that?
Maybe I know it. I forgot.
So, okay, you know how like they do the "I love to love you, baby."
Yes.
So, what they do to do the chorus, nigga, you must be crazy. So then after they do the chorus, like there would be like kind of like a B chorus, I guess you would call it, or a hook rather, where they be like, "I love to love you, baby." So, like it's hard to find that version now.
Really?
Because
they didn't clear that down. So
you know, it was the 90s. The girls thought they could get away with all sorts of shit. And Miss Donna Summer breezed to us and said, "No, bitch, run me that, run that on back." Okay. All right, TLC, y'all just getting y'all coin together.
Exactly.
So that you can be stealing my music.
And B gonna need this sample in a couple of years. She already got it on her tape.
A whole fucking key. That is a whole key. Oh my god. You right. Donna Summers, oh my god. May she rest in peace, baby. She did that. She said, right, hold up. Check say figure that. Yeah.
But so you were talking about the switch up. So it goes from, so what it does is like it goes this constant back and forth in the first and second verse of like Chili singing this like flowery kind of like running in like the field type of like thing. And yes, sweet Sunday songs of love. And
that's so pretty.
Yeah, right.
The ad-libs are everything.
I know. But then, like, T-Boz comes through and just, like you said, starts talking cash shit. Like,
I love it. Baby.
Like, and I don't even, most of that, you're just going to have to listen to the song.
And we
because I get it right.
We didn't even get to Left Eye's Right.
Right.
Listen, Lisa Left Eye Lopez was a fucking... Yeah. She laced any song she was on. We gonna give her that.
Yes.
We gonna...
Yes to her.
Okay. What was the... I
don't know.
Okay.
But, yes, I'm gonna be in bad. My first deep cut.
Ooh, okay. Alright, so that was a really great choice. Mm-hmm. My first deep cut is also on Escape's third album.
Okay.
Traces of My Lipstick, which, talk about a dope ass album title. That's a really dope album title. But it's this joint called Softest Place on Earth. And like Softest Place on Earth, some people might be like, that's not a deep cut, I know the song, but it's one of those songs that kind of like radio stations like picked up on and wherever, like depending on where you were, and they would play it, but it wasn't an official single. But that joint is so sexy. Like it's primarily Latasha, or Latocha as we like to call her. It's primarily her on the lead, but it's just like that joint is like, do you wanna ride? I can take you high. Ride on.
Okay, sensual.
Like it's Oh my god, it's just a really dope track. So yeah, we talk about songs that you doing like grown up things to. Go ahead and put Softest Place on Earth on your playlist.
And then
Thank me later.
after you do that, you put this next track that I'm about to say.
Oh.
This is, and it's similar in the way it's also similar in the way that I think people know this song. But it wasn't an official single, and I think they played it on maybe like 106 After Hours. Shout out to Rashman.
804 in the house.
But so this song, by TLC, Let's Do It Again.
I love that song. And it wasn't until I was older and like listened to the whole.
Yeah, could appreciate it.
I was like, oh my god, I love that. Yes, let's do it again.
And it has like that swing, you know.
Yes.
Let's do it again. Yeah.
Hey.
I wanna go. Yeah. So.
Oh, I love that song. See, you know what? You know what song I thought you were gonna do?
What?
When you started describing it that way, I love Let's Do It Again, but I thought you might have opted for Let's Take Our Time.
Oh no.
Because I was like, okay, but no, Let's Do It Again.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that song. Mm-hmm. Oh my god. Okay. So for Escape's second deep cut, I kind of like did like a little bit of a like roundabout move. Because like I mean,
it's not a deep cut.
It is. It's a deep cut, but it's like Escape 3. You know what I mean? It ain't all 4 of them. But so for the those of you who didn't know, earlier this year, late last year, Escape like released like 2 kind of buzz singles to let us know they were in the lab cooking. And then they were on tour and stuff. But then maybe like April, I want to say like around April this year, they actually put out the EP. Mm-hmm. And that EP was only like 6 songs. It's called Here For It. I thought it was a decent offering. You know what I mean? They still sound good without Candy. But I don't know if the public by and large really got into it. Yeah. But they have this song on there called Craving. And it's just, I was telling this fool right here that I was going to choose this song. And he said the whole EP is a deep cut. Which is kind of true. But the song on there, Craving, like the beat is just good. It's a really dope beat. And then they sound good on it. Like I really like that song. Okay. I took to that song as soon as I heard it. Okay. But the whole EP is like pretty good. It's only 6 songs, y'all. Mm-hmm. And Escape done given us enough good music over the years for us to invest in streaming 6 songs. Okay. So yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, I guess y'all who know these deep cuts are gonna have to make the decision on who won that round. Yeah. And that might be the tiebreaker. So
listen, right?
Let us know what you all think. But also hopefully we expose you all to some new TLC, some new Escape that y'all hadn't heard. So for sure. I mean, y'all gotta check out. I mean, the albums that we suggested, I think maybe a good starting point.
For sure. And I mean, honestly, both TLC and Escape have discographies that it wouldn't hurt you to just listen all the way through.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? They both have like really good music to do that.
Exactly.
But I'm kind of wondering, as we wrap up this like Battle of the Bands, like female edition, kind of like, what are your thoughts on female groups right now? I mean, and I guess we can also kind of touch on like anything contemporarily from TLC and Escape. Like if either one of them, both of them have released something within the last year, but
TLC,
that album on it,
and they aren't they on some real like weird stuff lately? I remember them saying something stupid.
Oh, they did say something in an interview about, was it about Black Lives Matter?
Yeah. Yes, they pulled the All Lives Matter.
You send these heifers on one tour with
Yes.
the fucking Backstreet Boys and New Kids on the Block, and all of a sudden...
No, we're not gonna do that to the Backstreet Boys. It was New Kids on the Block, 100%.
I just... No, I honestly, if you talking about more soul in the group, it's probably New Kids on the Block. Because New Kids on the Block were discovered by the same people that discovered New Edition. So I gotta give them that, even though they are from Boston. So
right.
Wait those scales of justice out.
Yeah, but no. So yeah. The first part of your question, as far as recent or the state of girl groups right now, it's in a lot better place than guy groups. I can tell you that, because they exist, and we don't have like new guy groups. So like even with my very small understanding of Ones Beyond, I mean I'm fairly well versed with like Fifth Harmony, even though they're not a group anymore.
Yeah.
But like Little Mix, I think is a group. People I don't know. People go up for them. Either way, what I'm saying is like these are groups that people, whether it be us or other people, go up for in the way that like new guy groups haven't really been recently. The most recent guy group, and this isn't even like black artists, not that all we talk about is black artists, but like One Direction, like
no, like people are going up for that with. Is it K-pop?
Well, we're not talking about that. That's not even. I mean, they just doing our shit. Like,
no, it's the
I know
them two guys that they're brothers and they are on IG.
K-pop?
No, they're black. The black guys. Oh my god, it's like Armand and Trey and Armand.
Okay, but I mean that's like. That's like a Chloe and Halle or like a Van Jess. Like, and I'm saying that in the sense of like, I don't consider that a group.
Oh, because they're brothers?
No, because it's only two people. I'm not shading them because they family. I'm just saying like, it's like when Drake and Future won Best Group. Like, nigga, that's not a group.
They did.
At the BET Awards. Are you kidding me?
Oh my god.
But so but I say that to say like, so I've made this comparison before.
Okay.
I think about the age that a TLC was when they were doing CrazySexyCool. Escape was when they were doing Off the Hook.
Yeah.
You know, even a Writings on the Wall, or any other like girl groups who are in their teens, singing about some real stuff that you don't get now. Everything you get now, but then again, I mean, relationships aren't real the way that they were back in the day. But like, you don't get really real writing from these, and it's not even. It doesn't even have to be them writing it. But like with Fifth Harmony, I like them a lot because they're like a pop group and like. They make good bops and all this other stuff. But when you talk about, like, it doesn't even have to be a ballad. Just, like, a really well-written, versed, like, I'm talking about some real stuff kind of track. You don't really see that from anyone, let alone the groups or girl groups.
No, so I agree with, like, a lot of what you're saying. I think that, though, there are some great... girl groups that are out there that, particularly in the R&B lane, but I don't think that they're really getting their shine just yet, and I really hope that changes. Because, like, for instance, June's Diary.
Oh, yes, that's a good one.
When I tell you, I freaking love them down. And I got the opportunity because I didn't really keep up with the Chasing Destiny show. And anytime I've tried to go back to watch it, it's like really hard to find now. So I didn't really watch the show, but I started hearing like snippets of the group singing, just like, you know, people interview them, and I'm like, oh shit. Like,
I watched maybe the first episode of the show.
Like, they sing down. And so, you know, started following them, listened to like the singles when they dropped them. But then, like, started hearing a bunch of, like, snippets and stuff that, hadn't quite come out yet. And I was like, oh, okay, they got some heat on the way. Then I got to see them at Essence back in 2017. And when I say they put on a show, Calvin, like, they were amazing, like dancing, singing.
Well, I hope they're still performing somewhere, even if I don't know about it. Like, hopefully they're still doing stuff.
So Escape actually brought them on tour to open up for them. So I think that was great exposure. They finally put out an EP this year. Like, unfortunately, like, one of the members just like experienced like the loss of her nephew. So it's like, I think like they've had like some peaks and valleys, because they also were dropped from Epic when L.A. Reid left. And that's why like they had put out like a single, but they didn't hear nothing from them.
Wow.
And so, also when you get dropped from a label, any music that you made, I think still belongs to the label. Yeah. So one of their songs that like you can hear like a track, like an unreleased track, actually ended up in the second season of Star. I was like, listen, I know this song. But yeah, so I would say definitely June's Diary is one to keep an eye on. There's this group DMK, and I don't know if they're still putting stuff out. I think their EP came out like maybe like 2 years ago now.
Okay.
But they were really good. I enjoyed their EP, and the group King too.
Okay. I
think they're all sisters. Yeah. It's like 3 of them. They sound pretty good. So it's like it's some sisters out there, some female groups out there going. Right. It'll just be interesting to see like how everything pans out. I do kind of think that we are re-entering like a phase where we can like, because groups, the whole group thing kind of ebbs and flows. Like sometimes it's really hard to have groups. Sometimes it's just like no.
I think people are ready for it.
I think so too. Yeah. I really think so too. Yeah. I'm also curious to see like if Danny Kane, like they're touring again now. Them heifers get on my nerves, but I'm curious to see if like they're gonna take another try at like making any music, because they actually.
Instead of those three, I would have loved to see Dawn, Andrea, and D Woods. I would have seen that. I don't need to like. I go up for Dawn, but what I got to see Shannon for? She never sang. She came on there like I'm a cheerleader that wants to dance, and that's why they added her to the group. And Andrea fucked a Trump. So, I mean, not Andrea. Aubrey. Yeah, not Andrea. Andrea is. I love Andrea, but
love her down.
No.
Yeah.
That Lemonade song was good, but that's because of the music mostly.
Yeah.
I just know they're not gonna give me what I need from this point forward.
Right.
Honestly, I'd be fine with Dawn doing solo stuff, because I can tell like after first iteration of Danity Kane, then Diddy Dirty Money, and now this, like I think she's looking for another time to shine. I mean, she was on Insecure.
Yeah.
But yeah. But no, I mean, I think we shall see. We shall see. But yeah, so let us know what y'all thought about this this particular battle. Yes. This seems like something that people are liking, so we may need to incorporate it into, upcoming seasons and shows and stuff.
We'll see what we can do for y'all.
Right.
And also let us know, like, if there are any, like, poppin' female groups that are out there that, like, we don't know about.
Right.
Same for any male groups. Like, we definitely want y'all to, like, interact with us around these topics and stuff, and send us, like, some people we ain't heard of before.
Right.
That's, like, prime music lover right there.
Exactly.
Yeah. But, yeah, so I guess we can go ahead and transition into, like, our last segment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Run that back. What you been playing this past week?
So the reason why I've been listening to this is funny. Well, and it's actually like multiple, like it's more than one, like 2 or 3-fold.
Okay.
So, I was listening to this song. The song is called I Am Who They Say I Am by Young Boy Never Broke Again. Somebody.
Oh, yes.
One of my neos is going to get me hip to who that is, because I don't.
Young Boy Never Broke Again.
I don't. He's one of those, it's like YB Namir, YB, like it's like their little like group or whatever.
Yeah.
I can't. I've ate that.
I guess they're collecting like the ASAP.
I think this was maybe on the Gym Flow playlist while I was working out, and so that was part of it. Also, we talked about the song in which they sampled on the show, and I was on Tumblr and somebody just posted the music video of this song and was just like, this was like low key like cinematic as hell. So the song they sampled is "Rain on Me" by Ashanti. So
I'm gonna have to listen to this.
Yeah, and it's you'll enjoy it for the sample, but it's not the same as like a Urinin or anything like that. Like it's a rap song, you know, and I think Kevin Gates is on it. So it's like, you know, it's hood. But you know, you'll enjoy, I think you'll enjoy the sample.
Okay.
But I listened to the song in the gym, stopped listening to that song, and then started listening to Rain on Me by Ashanti. So Rain on Me by Ashanti is my on that backtrack. Like listen. But
you really led us back to the evil witch's house with bread. Like I just.
But
got it. Rain on Me by Ashanti.
Yes. So it's a good song. Like I would just it's like it's songs you won't hear for a long time and you just revisit them, and then also watching the music video where who was that?
You talking about Ashanti?
Yeah, and
Lorenz
Tate. I was like, it was either Lorenz Tate or another man whose name I can't remember, but it was Lorenz Tate, and he was like hitting on her and like abusing her and all this stuff. Essentially, the premise of the music video is like Ashanti as a star and her boyfriend like is threatened by the fact that she's a star. So like anytime she comes home late, like anytime she doesn't invite him, there's a moment where like he's going to take pictures on the red carpet and they ask for pictures of like just her, obviously, because he's like just some dusty ass, you know what I'm saying? And then he decides to smack her up when she gets home.
Oh, Jesus.
Like
oh Lord, just girl.
But the song is a lot like, and I need to, because obviously that song is sampled from another song.
Yes.
I don't know it right in this very moment, but I like that song a lot. It's just a good song. And
you know I love me so much.
Yeah, I threw it into the loop of songs that I listen. So there are certain songs that I have to listen to when it's raining. Like no matter what, I have to listen to Rain by SWV. I have to listen to Summer Rain by Carl Thomas.
Oh.
And I'm listening to and I don't know. Maybe if I find enough songs,
a Rain on Me playlist.
Yeah. But but yes, Rain on Me by Ashanti is my run that backtrack.
Okay, I like
Young
that.
Boy Never Broke Again. You know, be blessed. Have a nice life. I won't be coming back. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your services. Shawnee O'Neal, that ass. Alrighty, so I actually have been like trying to figure out this whole time what my Run That Back song is, and you made me remember something when you just shared. So thank you.
Yeah,
I appreciate you always listening to people. So there's like a lot of times when like I hear stuff when I'm listening to the radio, especially like more the adult contemporary stations.
Okay.
And like I hear a song and it's like got like a really nice vibe to it, and I'm like, ooh, who is this? I haven't heard it. So then I'll Shazam it.
Yeah.
And then sometimes because I never follow up on the Shazam, like I'll hear the song again and be like, oh, who is this?
It was like, already told you.
Okay, bitch. We charge you for the third time. So, it happened to me, I want to say yesterday or it might have been earlier today. But there's this really nice song called Nothing Like Your Touch by this guy named Victor Duplay.
Okay.
And it's just like a really like nice. He has really like nice vocals on it. But it's just like a nice.
While you were sleeping person potentially.
You know, perhaps I need to go through and check out all this stuff. So I think I did say like an EP or album before, but I need to go back and just like listen to it.
Victor Publé, Bobby Boucher.
What you say? You said. Go away from me with this Apollo. Damn it, Calvin. I said Victor Duplay. Now I'm glad you did. I'm glad that you asked that because you do. I need to spell his name out.
Okay.
His Victor is spelled Vikter. So yeah, they were doing something.
Right.
It did. Duplay is spelled Duplaix.
What?
So, I mean, I'm thinking that it's silent, like the I and the X is silent.
Yeah, it's probably. I think it's like French.
Yes.
The origin, which is weird because the Victor is.
Sounds like
fucking
Russian.
That's real. Like that K and T E R.
That's a hard K. Victor.
Yeah.
Like Victor. So, but shout out to him because it's a nice song. It's got a nice vibe to it.
Yeah.
And that's where I find my pocket these days.
Yes.
Vibe music.
Need a good vibe.
But yeah. So another episode.
Another one.
Thank y'all for rocking with us.
Yeah.
Do you have any kind of closing thoughts? Anything you like to say to the people?
No, beyond just keep writing us notes. Write us a note at gmail.com. Those are really good. Also interact with us on social media.
Yes.
With OTN _podcast.
Yes.
Is our IG. Also, if you all think that we should, I don't know if we necessarily need one way or the other. If you all think we need a Twitter, let us know if you want to interact with us on that platform.
Yeah. Because we have a Facebook that's weird. I know, again, like I said this on the live show, I think, but some of you have found the Facebook page. That's cool. Don't think that it's genuine. We're there's a very intentional focus around how that's going to be kind of rolled out.
Yeah.
But I did want to acknowledge it because some people are finding it. I guess. If y'all are liking the playlist, also let us know.
Right, exactly. And maybe if you all have ideas for playlists or vibes that y'all or themes that you would want to go with the playlist, just let us know.
Yes, but definitely check out the Them Boys Be Singing.
Yes.
Playlist where we highlight male groups. So I guess.
So y'all know what's coming next.
I was going to say. Me.
Oh my God, that's gonna be so fun.
Yes, it is. I can't wait. And the Short Change playlist.
That one was surprise. It was a really great surprise because of course we put it together, but just running through it and listening to it, it's fun because it's frustrating. It's every time you hear it.
Okay, just a little more.
Yeah. But it's and I think that because you only get that in small doses on an album to hear a whole playlist full of tracks like that.
It's freaking dope.
And it kind of takes you. It's I don't know, kind of everywhere, but it works.
Yeah.
So.
And so for anybody that may be confused, what live show? We did an Instagram live show recently, and that's something that we may be doing again in the future.
Right.
Especially because we alluded to, both of us have to travel, things like that, but we still want to be bringing y'all content.
Right.
So let us know if you like the Instagram live. Definitely go follow us on Instagram if you're not already, so that you can be in the know.
Right.
Or make sure that you're following one of us, but definitely follow this show because eventually we'll just be broadcasting the OTN podcast page. But and our theme that was on that note, the interlude. So just talking about our appreciation for interlude. So maybe we'll bring that into another show eventually.
Maybe so.
The other thing, go check out Michelle Obama's butt.
Yes.
I just felt the need to say that.
No, right. Obviously. Gotta support.
Yeah, Becoming. I started reading it. It's great.
Yeah. I'm really excited for that. But I think that's all we got for this week.
It.
Okay. All right. Well, we will catch you all on the flip side.
Yes, enjoy your Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Or if you celebrate Thanksgiving, or just enjoy a really great meal on Thursday of this week.
Exactly.
If that ain't your thing.
Or just be thankful, generally.
Be thankful.
Because it's short.
And be humble.
Yes.
And sit down.
We'll see y'all later.
Peace.